Hey guys, can you hear me now? Okay, I don't know. Something's up with my Mac, so luckily I have my Chromebook here, so sorry about that. That makes for the world's most boring start. Now, I ranted for an hour this morning about teaching on my other computer, and I recorded that, so I'm guessing that that whole thing has no audio, so awesome. Fantastic. Okay, so what this workshop is for going over just the basics of Google Drive. So if you've used Google Docs and Google Drive before, this really is going to be very boring. Okay, so I decided to set the camera. It's going to be very boring because I'm just going to, again, just go over, straight up basics. So if you've done Google Docs and Google Drive before, I would encourage you to just do the spreadsheet challenge, and then you can go through the list and pick out what different things that you don't know how to do but you'd like to explore and try. So if you've never used Google Docs before and Google Drive, then stick around. Otherwise, I would encourage you to just do number 9. So I'm going to do screen sharing. Here we go. Now, of course, I'm feeling frazzled. Okay. Share. Okay, great. So I'm going to go to a new tab, and I am going to drive.google.com. So that is where you can start with using Google Drive. So Google Drive is basically online storage. You can put anything in there. So you can replace having the thumb drive. You can put Word documents. You can put Photoshop, like anything that you used to keep on a thumb drive. Just keep it in Google Drive, because then you can access it from anywhere. You don't have to carry around this thumb drive, worry about it getting lost. All of your files are safe in the cloud. And please jump in and talk to me. Unmute your mics and ask questions, or you can type them into the chat. And so anyway, Google Drive, I live in Google Drive. I put everything in here, and it's just so nice because I can just access anything anytime. I use my phone. So I use my phone, and I've got Google Drive and Google Classroom and everything on my phone. So anytime that I'm grading student work, or I have a document, I'm able to do it on here. And even on my phone, I can take my documents and put them into offline mode. So when I'm going on a plane, I'm writing a book, so I'll make sure that my book document is offline on my phone. So I just have to tap on the document, and there's an option to store it offline. So I just want to do that in advance before I get on the plane. And then I'm able to pull up any of my Google Docs that I've saved offline even when I'm offline, and I can keep editing and typing, and then it syncs once I'm back online. So I think that's super cool. Here we go. Okay, so when you're in Google Drive, let me just give you a quick tour. The first thing is up at the top, you'll notice that there's a search bar, because this is Google. So Google allows you to search things. So I can just type in parabola, and it's going to pull up any documents that have the word parabola in it. But notice this says parabola, this says parabola, but as I scroll down, see if I can find some. All right, so here. This one says going over Unit 4 Worksheet 10. It does not say the word parabola. So what it does is it actually reads the entire document, and it finds keywords in the document. Notice this is a picture. It says .png. There is the word parabola in that picture. Let me double click. We can see it. So you can see it says the word parabola in the screenshot. So Google Drive searches the entire document, including images, to help you find what you need. So you are able to make folders, and you'll notice that I have a whole bunch of folders over here on the left under my drive. And you should organize and store your stuff in folders, but the reality is it's not that necessary, because I can just search at the top and it's going to come up. I'm going to be able to find any documents. And so the search is really great. There's also a filter. So if I click, you see this little tiny arrow up in the search at the top? So I'm able to search for, if I want only text documents. Hey. So the search is really great. There's also a filter. So if I click, you see this little tiny arrow up in the search at the top? So David, I'm going to mute you because I think you're watching the video and your sound was coming through. But please feel free to unmute so you can ask a question. So I can search for text documents. You know, I notice I have only Google Docs. I can actually, let me just see what kind of Word docs I have. .docx. Here we go. So you can see that I have Word documents in my Google Drive because it has this W for a Word document. You can tell it's a Google Doc because it has this blue square. That's the Google Doc symbol. But you can put Word documents in there and you can see, okay, this one's my old syllabus. So you can see I'm actually able to open the Word document. I'm in incognito mode, so it won't let me use my Chrome extension. But I have a Chrome extension that allows me to view Word documents. But I'm also able to I can open this, I right click, and I open my Word document with Google Docs. Oh no, it's trying to use the Chrome extension again. All right, so I'm using what's called an incognito window. Sorry about that. Because I'm using my Chromebook, I'm logged into my personal account, and then I took an incognito window to do the Fresno State account. So anyway, but it works fine on my normal computer, or if I'm just in a regular browser, it works great. It's just that I'm in incognito mode, so sorry about that. But so you'll notice that you can have any kind of Office documents, you can put anything in there. I can take a document and I can just drag it into a folder. It's just easy enough as to drag it. I can also, when you click on a document, what you'll notice is that along the top is you get a bunch of menu options. So I can get the link to that document. So to me, that is one of the beauties of using Google Docs, is because when you, anything that's in your Google Drive, even if it's a Word document, even if it's a photo or a Photoshop file, it's digitally linked. So instead of emailing somebody attachments and now they have a copy of it, oh, that creates a mess. Let's just stop emailing attachments. We took it all to the cloud, and we always know we're looking at the same version because you use a link and we click and view the same document at the same time. So when you click on a file in your Google Drive, let me switch back to that. When you click on a file in Google Drive, you can click Get Link and Control-C Copy. You can copy that link to that document. You can add people to the document. So by default, a document is private. So you want to, if I were to give you the link and it's private, they'll get an error that they don't have permission to view it. So you want to make sure that you click on the plus, add a person, the share button, and you can type in an email address to share it with somebody. And you can give them editing privileges, commenting privileges, or viewing privileges, right? So I'm going to say Alice can comment. So I've just shared this document with somebody. So I click on a document, and I come up to the toolbar, and I can just click on who I want to share it with. They get an email. It's in there. When you look in Google Drive on the left-hand side, it says My Drive. So these are all your documents is under My Drive here on the left-hand side. But then there's also Shared with Me. So these are documents that people are owners of, that they've shared with you. So if somebody shares something with you, you simply come over in Google Drive and click on Shared with Me, and you're able to find those files. Let me go find another document. So when I click on a document, I can link to it up here in the toolbar. I can share it, and then this gives me a preview mode. So if I click this option, I can view the document without opening it. And then you can delete it or remove it. And then you're always looking for these 3 dots in different products. It's not just Google Drive, but lots of products, they put these 3 dots to mean more options. So let's go ahead and click on the 3 dots and see what we can do. So when you look at a document, it allows you to have choices of what you want to open it with. Now right now I only have the option to open this with Google Docs, but sometimes you can add on extra programs. You can connect it to things, and it allows you to open it maybe in a PDF viewer or something else. You can move it to another folder. You can star it. I always like to star my original documents because it makes it easier to find, especially when I'm sharing with people. Then I know that it's something that I'm using for my class that I'm teaching that I want to reuse again next semester. So I like to star those. I can rename it. I can view the details. I can make a copy of it, or you can download it. So if I view details, which you'll notice that icon is also right here, right in the toolbar. So that option is under the 3 dots, but also I can just click on this I. So this gives me information about the document. It tells me when I made it, and also will tell me what folder it's in. This is not in a folder, so let me find something that is. If I look at this document, what I can see is who it's shared with, what edits have been made recently, because you notice it says activity. That's great. And then it should tell me here, if I go to details, and I scroll down, it tells me what sizes. Google Docs do not take up space. They are free storage, so there's no file size. But you'll notice it says sample folder is what folder that it's in. I can actually add this to multiple folders. Oops, what did I just do? Here we go. So I can my drive, and I'll add this to my CI149 folder, and I choose add. So when I do that, okay, you'll now notice over here on the details pane on the right hand side that this document that I've clicked on is in my CI149 folder and my sample folder. So I can just click the X and remove it from that other folder. So if you have a document that's in a folder, I'm going to click the document, I'm going to click the view details, I can see what folder it's in, and if I have multiple folders, I can just, there will be a little X there that I can remove it from a folder. So using this I for the details and activity. So activity list, details list. So anyway, I have all my Google Docs that are in here, but how do you make a Google Doc? So when you're in Google Drive, when you come to Google Drive, first thing you see is My Drive, all of your documents and all of your folders. And you click over here on the left-hand side on the New button. And I'm going to click on New. And you can see that I can make a new folder. I can upload files, but honestly, I usually just drag my files directly into Google Drive. I don't usually upload them this way, but you certainly can. If you have a whole folder, you can upload your entire folder from your computer. And I would encourage you to do that, is to get your files off your computer and save all your files in Google Drive and not have to stress about it. If you lose your computer or it cracks or breaks down, like my Mac at home, I don't know what happened. The hard drive just crashed. It's dead. And like everything on there is gone. But almost all my stuff is in Google Drive. So while I'm a little upset that my computer is dead, I didn't really lose anything. So I click on New. I can create a new Google Doc, which is a text document like Word, except it's fully cloud-based and collaborative. Google Sheets is like Excel. It's a spreadsheet. Google Slides is like PowerPoint, presentation tool. So those are your main 3 Google documents that you would want to create. But if you come down here to More, you'll notice that you can create Google Forms, which, holy cow, Google Forms are like the greatest thing since sliced bread. And if this is definitely a tool you want to be using as a teacher. Anything you used to do on paper, just replace it with Google Forms. It's amazing. It collects information and puts that information into a spreadsheet. So instead of having to grade 150 documents, I just look at everybody's information in a spreadsheet. And then I love, love, love Google Drawings. It's like Paint. Let's make a Google drawing. So I'm going to click, I click New, I click More, and I click Google Drawings. So it creates a Google drawing. So I'm going to create a little picture here. I mean, it's like Paint, so I can change the border, make it thicker, change the paint can. I can put a text box on there. Now here's the beauty of Google Docs. There's no save button. And that can be like really freaky. There's no save button. It automatically saves. So if you can see this, it says, whoops, let me zoom in a little bit, all changes saved in Drive. So that's super cool. And now what Google Docs though has is what's called revision history, where it shows you what the document looked like at different times. I didn't know Google Drive had revision history. That's awesome. So, you know, if somebody messes up your document, because the beauty of Google Docs is the ability to collaborate, so other people can edit your document, and well, oh my gosh, what if they mess it up? No problem. Go to revision history. Any question? Oops. Please stop me if I'm going too fast or if you have questions or things you want to know. You can type questions into the chat.
Can you hear me, Alice?
I can.
Ooh, cool. But no, I don't have a question. I'm just trying to be a church mouse.
I don't know what that means, but it's
quiet in the corner.
Myself, so I would love for you to interrupt me and just have a conversation as we go. Have you done Google Drawing before?
No.
It's a blank canvas, and what I love, there's a lot of things I love about it, but when I go to the File menu, I can download it as a picture image.
I see that.
I do this PNG a lot, but my favorite is published to the web because it gives me an image link that I can use in all kinds of different web tools. I think I use Google Drawing every single day. It's just a nice canvas to draw and share. So I'm going to close this because there's no save button. And if I go over here, I'm in Google Drive, and I go to Recent, it should show me all my documents I've recently been working on. So I'm going to click on Recent. And so you see this? It says Untitled Drawing. Like, I didn't even name it, and it saved it. It just automatically saves it. And so I'm going to double-click and open this. Now, how do I change it from saying Untitled Drawing? All I do is come up to the left-hand corner, and I click on it. I'm going to call this Delete Sample Drawing. You'll notice right next to it, I can star it. So I can say, this is important. I need to find it later. Or I can put it in a folder. So I just click on this little folder icon, and I can figure out which folder I want to organize it into. All right. Got my screen zoomed in. I'm going to move it. So those are all really nice features. Now, if I were to take this link, I'm going to copy it and just come over to Google Hangout and paste it into the chat. You know, the link at the top, this URL up at the top, if you give somebody that link, they can view your document, sort of. So if any of you were to click on that link right now that I just put into the chat, you would get an error. Why are you going to get an error? Because look at this blue share button. It has a padlock. It's private. When I create a document, by default, it's private to only me. So what's nice is your files are safe and they're secure, and even if you put these links on Twitter or publish them to your website, no one can see them. And that's a trick that I do with my students, is documents that I need access to during the class period, I'll actually put them on the class website so I can easily open them up fast. But when the students click on it, they don't have access to it. So even if it's student grades, I can put the link to student grades on the website, and it's safe because the document is private. But it might be something that I need. So all I do is it's all about this blue share button. Like, this is the big deal. The blue share button in any Google Doc, you click on the blue share button and it allows you to share. And you can just type in an email. And I've now shared that with that person. I've given them permission. That person can come in and we can edit and type on this at the exact same time. And so now notice that the blue share button does not have a private padlock, but rather it shows that there are people that have access to this. But it's shared with limited people. Only myself, and actually myself, my other self, the person I shared it with, are able to view this document. So one of the things I like to use is right here where it says Get Shareable Link. So I click on that. When I click Get Shareable Link, notice that it now says anyone at Fresno State with the link can view, which means people at Fresno State can't find this. I still have to give them the link. They need this URL right here in order to access the document. But if I click on the little drop-down arrow right here when I'm sharing, I can say, look, I can share this link so anyone can edit it, they can comment it, or they can view it. So before Google Classroom, this is what I would do, is I would use the Can Edit, and I would share a document with the whole class that each student could type on the same document that we would collaborate together. So when I'm sharing with somebody that I don't know their email address, I just set it, anyone can edit, and I give them the link. But these are specific to people at Fresno State, so it won't, if you have a Gmail or somebody is at a different school, they cannot access this document. So I'm going to come down here and click More. And now look at all these options. Don't use the first one.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So in a hypothetical situation, if you wanted to share that link on a Twitter link, could I access that link on the Twitter and then access that on the Google Drive?
Yep. Yeah, all you have to do is share the link. And so you need to just be aware and careful about sharing permissions. So all the time, I'll tweet out a Google Doc. I'm like, I made this spreadsheet that will help you teach. Let me switch it this way. You know, I made this spreadsheet that will help you teach. So, and I tweet it out. And then I get a bunch of people go, I don't have access. I'm like, dang it. So all I do is I go back to the Google Doc, I click on the blue share button, and I change the sharing settings to anyone with the link can view. And then they can jump in and make a copy of it. But I love to crowdsource. So I change it to anyone with the link can edit. And I take that link to that document and I put it out on Twitter and I'm like, help me make a list of tools that teachers would use, and like, because I want to share it with you guys. So I get people on Twitter to help me do my lesson plans, and I just tweet it out. Number of times someone has messed up my document, 0. Like, people are not punks, you know. So I just tweet it out, and I get random strangers to help me all the time. It's amazing, but you just have to make sure you set the sharing permissions correctly. So let's switch back over here. Okay, so when I look at these, I use this one most often, anyone with the link, and by default it says can view. So I can switch that if I click on this, if it's blue, like click on it, from can view to can comment or can edit. So I can give people where they can just insert comments, or I can give anybody, it has the ability to edit my document. And actually I use that all the time, all the time. This one where it says people at Fresno State with the link, I never ever use those. Like, why do I only want to share and collaborate with Fresno State people? Like, let's open this up. So that's me personally. Now, if you are at a school site where you have minors, you might want to restrict it to your school. So then you would do this one, anyone at your school can access it if they have the link. I usually don't do this one where it's like anybody at my school can find it by searching Google Drive. Like, it just makes a mess. Don't use that one. So either use anyone at Fresno State or just anyone in the whole world, so long as they have the link. Like, I have to give them the link, otherwise they can't find it. So I'm going to zoom that out, and I'm going to hit save. So now I'm going to copy this link, and I'm going to put it into the Hangout chat. So why don't you, now that you have permission, can you click on that link in the Hangout chat and draw something on my drawing? Okay, so right now I can see that Angelica is in my document. So when somebody joins your document, their picture shows up at the top. And so now I know who I'm collaborating with. It's real-time, live collaboration. Like, you type it, I see it in real time.
How do I find the Hangout link?
So in the Hangout, if you hover your mouse over the video, on the left-hand side, some options will show up, and one of them is chat. There we go. So you see, I can see that Angelica is typing on my document. So you see up at the top, it has this little pink bar, so I know that when I see this pink box around something, that's where Angelica is. Go ahead and edit that. We're just having fun with this. So we are creating a drawing together in real time, and it's automatically saving. And I'm in Southern California, you guys are in Fresno, you could be in China, it doesn't matter. We could be collaborating and working together from anywhere. I literally have a friend in China that we use Google Docs and do projects together. Here you go, yeah, just add something, we're just having fun with this. You can go to the File menu and go to Page Setup if you want to change it to a different size. So like right now it's about the size of a piece of paper, but if you wanted to switch it to portrait or make it smaller, you can go to Page Setup. I love that I can insert an image. So if I click on Image, I can upload a picture. This is actually really creepy, but super cool. I can use the webcam to insert pictures, which when I first saw that, I'm like, that's just stupid. Like, why would I want to put my selfie in a Google Doc? But if you hold up quarter sheets of paper, so students do their work on a quarter sheet of paper and they hold it up to the webcam, they can stick it right into the Google Doc. So it's an easy way to take your paperwork and make it digital, which is kind of cool. I'm going to do this again where I'm going to go Insert Image. And I can insert by URL. I can insert from photo albums that I have. I can insert from my Google Drive if I have pictures in my Google Drive. But over here, the last option is search. So I'll like search for cat. So I can just stick in a picture of a cat. But I even like, just resizing that. I insert an image. And then you notice when I search, it says instead of any type, I can click on here and change it from any type to clip art. So I can stick clip art right into my drawings. So this is really great because I can have students create posters and different things, because one of the Common Core one of the 4 C's for modern teaching, no, you cannot add video to a Google Doc. You can use Sway for that. Yay! Thanks for adding a picture. But is to communicate ideas clearly, and so this can be a great way for them to create artifacts. I make infographics in Google Draw. That's what one of the things that I use it for. I love infographics. So it's gonna be a really powerful tool. But I just, when I look at digital tools, I'm not looking to take what I did on paper and how can I do that on the computer. If you're just doing on paper what you're doing on the computer what you did on paper. If it is the same task, you're going to get the same learning. Same task, same learning. So what we're looking for is when you switch to using digital tools, how does it make learning better? Because look, the internet's not going to work. Sometimes the internet's down, kids' computer's broken. There's going to be reasons why it is a pain in the butt and a hassle to use technology. You're like, can I just use paper? Yeah. If it's a paper assignment, then use paper. Trying to put a PDF on the internet of your worksheet, it's honestly better on paper. Use paper. Who wants to grade 150 PDFs? Like, that sounds like terrible. I'd rather sort through a stack of papers, honestly. So I'm asking myself, how does this change the learning environment? How does it make learning better? How does it make it worth it when things go bad? So I don't want to make brochures in Google. Yes, I can make a brochure in Google Drawing. I don't know about you guys, but that's the most tired assignment ever. How many of you have had to make a brochure for a class? Like, why did you make a brochure? How does the brochure help make you smarter? It's a craft. It's not an authentic task. I wish the brochure assignment would die. So instead of asking kids to, instead of on paper make a brochure on Google Drawing, no, like, how do I have kids collaborating and connecting with the world and doing things differently that really makes for better learning?
That's funny.
Yeah, I love that. This real-time collaboration, I think, is just really powerful and super cool. And again, it saves auto-magically, so I don't lose anything. I'm going to close out of this. All right, and so when I'm in Google Drive, why don't we do this together? If you would go to Google Drive, if you've never made a document, let's make a document and share it, because that's really the most important, is that you can do that.
Great.
So essentially that's what you do with Google Drive. You go to drive.google.com. You can also get there from your email.
Browser window?
I'm sorry, what?
Open up a new browser window to find Google Drive?
Yeah, open up a new browser window. So from your Gmail, there's also this apps chooser, like some people call it the waffle, this 3x3 dots. And you can find the link to Google Drive there, and you can open it up. I personally just type drive.google.com. Either way.
Do we need to be into CI 149?
No, it doesn't matter. You just need to go to drive.google.com and be logged into a Google account.
Okay, I think that I have a Google Drive on the left column.
Okay. So David, you can actually do screen sharing if you want to. So in the video, if you hover over your screen, the second option is a green square with a swoopy on it. And you can screen share so I can see what you're seeing. So if you guys want to do that, you don't have to, but Daisy, Angelica, if you want to share your screen, then I can, help you see what you're doing. Of course, then when you're checking Facebook, I know that too. By the way, that's fine. You're adults.
I'm going to try it here. Let's see. So I hover over the little green icon, it says screen share.
Yep.
Then what?
And then so you just click on it.
Okay.
And then it should give you like a little box that shows up. It says, what do you want to share? Just pick the first one. The first one shares everything.
Mine doesn't say, what do you want to share? It says, share with your screen.
Yeah, so yes.
Google Hangouts. And then there's not a command key to share it. It just says cancel. The share has been grayed out.
Really?
Yeah.
Is anybody else able to share their screen? Means because I'm on.
I'll try it again.
Entire screen or Google Hangouts?
Do entire screen.
So I'm going to hover over the screen.
So, like I can see her screen. Angelica, do you mind if I click on this so it's on the video?
Go for it.
So yeah, this looks good. So now you notice hers is in tile view. Do you see up in your toolbar? It has the link, the share icon, the preview icon, the delete icon, the more options icon, and then there's this one that has 4 boxes.
Okay.
It's 4 squares. Do you see that 4 squares icon in the toolbar?
Stop share. So share it with Alice or Daisy. I did get to the next box. It says share it with Alice or Daisy or me.
Right. The screen, I can see it. So go ahead and go to Google Drive, David. Just go to that next tab.
Okay.
Perfect. So David, if you'll look up in the toolbar where it has the link, the person, the trash can, so come down a little bit. No, go back to that tab.
Right here?
Yeah, now come down. Too far on the upper right. Toolbar. Yep. Link, share, trash, and then the 5th icon is like lines with a dot. With dots. That one. Click on that. So it puts it in list view. Click on it again. It puts it in tile view. So you can look at it as previews or in lists.
Like that?
Uh-huh. So then click on one of your documents. If you single click on one of your documents, like you have your copy of project 1, click on that. Or that one, okay. So then, no, close that.
Like this?
Yep, close it. Okay, just when you single click, then the toolbar up at the top gives you some different options specific to that document. So if you click on the 3 dots, nope, yeah, that one. You click it, then you can download that, you can rename it, you can move it to another folder. And then you notice in the toolbar, keep going up and left, there's like a little person. Up, left, there you go. Click on that. And this allows you to share it. So you can share that document. Just share it with me just for fun. Just put in I'm A. Keeler at mail.fresnostate.edu. Yeah, that one. Yeah, hit send.
Oh, cool.
So you just shared that with me. So
okay.
I'm going to show you what I'm going to do is I go in my Google Drive on the left-hand side it says shared with me. So I'm going to click on that. And and there it is right here. I have access to it right now. So I'm looking at your document. Do you want to double click and open up yours? So if you want to share something with somebody, you just click the share icon, put in their email. They just go to shared with me, they can find it. So I'm going to insert a comment here. You see the comment that I just left you on the first slide?
Yeah.
A little creepy, right?
No, that's cool. How did you do that?
So if you right click, it says comment.
Right click.
So right click on something and choose comment from the right click.
How about on what you just wrote? Can I right click on that?
So if you want to comment on my comment, then click on my comment and you can reply to me.
Okay. It says reload, save as. Okay. Oh.
Can you reply to my comment?
Did that work?
No, just click on my comment. Just click on it.
Okay, cancel. So here's your comment. You said hi.
Yep, so click on that.
With my right click?
You just regular click. Just click on it.
That's
And
a
you
reply.
should reply.
If that works.
And then just push enter. Or actually, the blue button. There you go. Got it. There you go, right? So how does it make learning better? You know, is if you're able to give feedback while students are working. And they get an email notification. Click on the little comments thing up at the top. And so when you click on comments up at the top right, it shows you all the comments that people have been making. So you have this ongoing conversation. And so what Google Docs allows you to do is have real collaboration. So David, click on something. I'm on the first slide. You're on the second slide. Okay. How can I tell that you're on the second slide? Because I'm over here on the left-hand side, and okay, now you're on the first slide.
Gotcha.
You're good. Click on something, and then right-click where you can choose comment.
How do I choose? Oh, up at the top.
So you can do that, but I'm just right-clicking on this text box, and it says comment, and I can insert a comment. Now I've learned the keyboard shortcut, Control-Alt-M, and I insert comments with Control-Alt-M. It's much better to learn that, but let's go slower. If you right-click, you can see comment.
I have a PC. I don't have those click.
You do.
I do? Okay. So I'm going to click here.
Yeah. Right-click. Choose comment.
Can you see what I'm doing?
Uh-huh.
Is that correct? Right-click there?
Oh, I can't see your right-click menu. Oh, wait, I can if I switch over here. So I'm going to watch you. Okay, so right-click.
Here's a right-click.
Okay, right-click. Your left. There you go. Do you see where it says? Yeah, comment. It's right there. Down, down. Yes. Make a comment. There you go. So we're doing real-time collaboration. We don't have to be in the same place. I a lot of times make comments to myself. David, will you go to a different slide? So right now you're on slide 1. Will you maybe go down to slide 5 or something like that?
2, 3, 4, 5.
Whatever. So, you know, I'm on slide 1 and you're on slide 5. How do I find, we're trying to work together, right? How do I get to the slide that you're on? So what I'm going to do, let me switch to myself. What I'm going to do is I come up to the very top where you see my picture at the very, very top?
Yep.
I'm going to click on your picture at the very top and it's going to jump me to the slide that you're on. So we are now on the same slide. So look, David, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on slide 2. Will you click on my picture at the very top? Yep, click on it. Now you're on slide 2.
That's really cool.
When you click on somebody's picture at the top, you go to where they're at. So let's say that we were working on a very large graduate project where we have a Google Doc text document, and I'm working on page 3 and you're working on page 50. Do you want to scroll from page 3 to page 50?
Right. That would be great.
It would be crazy.
Terrific tool.
So you just click on their picture, and now I'm at the same place your cursor is.
Yep.
Now there's no save button, so all we have to do is close it. It's automatically saved.
Now all the things that you wrote in this, how do I delete all those if I wanted to delete them?
Oh, you can just click resolve. Just click on the comment. By the way, Diana Harrington and I are writing a book together. We're like super good friends. She'll totally not mind to see that we did this.
Tell her I said hi.
I will. If you're not upset about it, we'll have chats about you in our weekly meeting.
Oh no, I bugged her, the poor woman, last semester.
No.
I came in and used every office hour I could to learn new, better, and more.
David, seriously, I think you're amazing. Love your attitude.
We'll see. We'll see at the end of the semester.
You don't learn. It's, this is like the most ridiculous thing. Is like we don't want to talk to our instructors or annoy them. It's not about me. It's about you. And you need to ask as many times as you need to ask until you get it. Even if you are annoying me, which you're not, who cares? It's not about me. You need to get what you need for your education.
Cool.
Now sometimes, and please don't take this any the wrong way, if I have a large group, obviously I can't focus just on you, so sometimes we have to just like take a note and we'll come back to it later. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to help you. You need to get the help that you need, so just ask. Just keep asking.
Will do.
Okay, so what I want to do is I want to have you make a folder. So if you'll go to Google Drive, go to your Google Drive. So if everybody would do this, go to Google Drive and click on New. Click on the New button, choose folder. So this is like a magic trick. Just call this CI 149 share folder. Thank you. Click Create. Now, if you right-click on that folder or you go up to the toolbar, do you notice you can find Share? There you go. Now, click on where it says Get Shareable Link. Forget that. Get Shareable Link. Yep, click on that. And then it says anyone at Fresno State. We're going to fix this. So click on that little arrow and go to More. Go down all the way down to the third, fourth thing. Yeah, right there. More. And do any second option. Anyone with a link. Don't do the first one. We don't need it to be Google searchable. So 9 times out of 10, that's what I'm going to do is anyone with a link can view. Hit Save. Now, anything that is put in that folder, people will have, go ahead, hit done. It copies the sharing permissions of the folder. So if you will, at the top, type, I don't know, CI 149. I don't know if anything will come up. Yeah, just do, yeah, CI 149, all one word. All one word, no space. CI 149, enter. Push enter. So you're searching, whoops, close that. You accidentally picked something. Enter. So we're searching for anything that mentions CI 149. So you see this number 10 CI 149 personalized quest list, click on that.
Wow.
Not that, the next one, yeah, click on that. Drag it to the left. Nope, don't, you double clicked, close it. It's okay. Drag it to the left into that share folder. Yep, go ahead, click OK. But also, this next one, that third one, it's okay, it's supposed to be like that. That third one, take it all the way over to the left, underneath where it says My Drive into the folder structure on the left-hand side. Yeah, put it there, up one. Okay. So what this does is you can drag your files into the folder. So by default, it's private, right? By default, it's private. So if you drag it into the folder, it fixes it so it's not private. Now it's anyone with the link can view.
Wow.
So it just makes life so much easier. Do you see this week 6, Alicia? Well, that's from a different class. Here, number 5, week 2 notes. Pound 005, week 2 notes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Down one. It's the title of the document. There you go. Drag that into the folder. Now your notes are going to be shareable.
Here or here?
Yeah, right there. There you go. Go on the left-hand side to where it says Recent. So these are documents you've been using recently, like this one with the blue edge, the quest list. Yeah, that. Drag that in the folder. So this is something that's like every so often you just go to recent and you drag it into the folder you want it. So that you can organize your stuff. So that's really what I want to make sure that you know how to do is that you know how to create a document, you know how to share the document, you know how to put it in a folder, but more importantly, that you know how to make a folder where you share the folder so anything you put in the folder is automatically shared. Okay?
So that says share. And
yeah, but if you click on it, you'll say anyone with the link can view.
And it shows that there's 3 people in here.
It's shared with 3 people.
Gotcha.
Click on the blue share button. It's all about the blue share button. Okay. When you turn something in Google Classroom, it changes the sharing permissions to, or the ownership. It switches ownership to me. So you're going to need to go to Google Classroom on this document, go to that assignment number 10, and unsubmit it because you don't have edit access. So anyway, does anyone have any questions about, this was just supposed to be a basic introduction to Google Docs. You can search for keywords at the top of Google Drive, right? I can search, I type in parabola. So I can find my documents that way. I have folders on the left side so I can go into the folder and I can find stuff in the folder. I can click on Shared with Me to find documents that people have shared with me. I can click on Recent to find things I've recently worked on. And then I can drag documents into folders if I need it to be in a folder. If I have a folder, I can right-click on the folder and choose Share, and I can change the sharing permissions so anyone with the link can view. And then anything I put in that folder is anyone with the link can view. Or if I share it with like 5 people, any document in that folder is shared with those 5 people, or however many people you share it with. So those are like the big takeaways.
Great.
So, all right, David, do you feel good about using Google Docs?
I feel a lot better than I did about an hour ago.
That's good. Angelica, how about you?
I'm pretty solid on being able to share information. That should be fun.
Perfect. Then you're all set. Thanks for joining. How about you, Daisy? You're good. Okay, good. Well, you guys have a great weekend. I'll start making the week 3 stuff. Don't forget what you're going to be doing this next week is meeting with your collaborative group. You're going to get together, and I'm actually going to have your discussion this week be a discussion with your group instead of a Twitter chat. And so just because I want to give you some time to get to know your group. Okay, so this next week I think it's going to be light. I'm going to try and make it light. If it's not light, call me out on it.
Great, thank you.
Okay. Bye, guys. Have a good week.
Bye.
Thanks, you too.